Lesson C3, KPI creation in detail. Topic 7, KPIs from tabular type data. Worked example 2. The learning objectives for this topic are to understand how to use an API as a source for a time series type KPI. And as a result of this, we're going to put together the learnings from lessons C2 through to C5. So in this example, we're going to work through now this dial example. We're going to look at the number of support tickets in the last 60 days. This time, we're going to select the data tag KPI, and then we're going to use the JSON data source. So as before, we're going to need to enter the request URL, the parameters we want to send to this API, and then we're going to use the JsonPath expression to pass the response and return the results. In this case, the results will be 57, and we can see here that we have the total. We've used a select statement that's going to return the count of the ticket ID as a field name total from the source table. This is how it will look. So we'll use the data source tab within the tag source form. Then we're going to fill in the source URL. We're going to put in the 3 parameters just like we did before, and we'll define the columns that we want to use for the return data set. So to do this, I've got my empty KPI at the top, and I'm going to add some empty rows, and I'm going to add something from the template just to make my life easy here. We're going to add a dial. A simple dial's fine. Now, I'm going to go in to the configuration. I'm going to leave it as data tag. You remember last time we needed to change it to data table, but data tag's fine here because I'm going to now go into the tag search form, and I'm going to use the data source. The URL is the URL we used before, and then I need to add my query, my API parameters again. So I add in command is execute, the database DB is Freshdesk, and we'll add the query term. Now this query is different from the last time because we've added a count statement so that we can return now the total as a count of the ticket ID. So we now have a query that will return us a single value. Right, now we need to fill in the column definition, which is the results field. Now we want to return the total and what to put in here. Right, let's have a look again at the results. So we have the JSON return set, which we know is $. Then we need to address results. Then we have 0 entered here, dot, and then we want to return the total. So using a JSONPath expression to return this hierarchy, we'll have $.results $.0.total. So let's enter that here. $.results $.0.total. Save. Okay, we'll add that to our KPI. Now, I can see 2000 is going to be too high. Let's change that to 100, and let's change our color to be black, and we'll save that. There we are. Right. In fact, standard meters cubed, that's not very accurate. It should be tickets. That's our unit of count there. Okay, so there's our KPI now made with a JSON data source instead of a time series historian. Let's save that. There we are.